Hi, hey Russ here. Welcome back to my shop. Today, I'm going to show you real quick something that I just ran across and I was thinking about it and I thought this might actually be of interest to you as a shop owner, if you have a small shop. And that is the dust collection on this table saw in particular. This thing is not the most efficient dust collection setup. I have gaps in my table saw right here and up here and all around the top. This thing is not sealed, okay? But I put it on top of this box with a square hole in it so that everything falls down theoretically into here. Now, I will say that on the very back of this saw, I did put a piece of cardboard back there, and that way it helped block some of the air from where it comes in to collect the sawdust. But the interesting thing was when I opened this up, what I saw, this is the access area to this area that has the sawdust in it. And I want you to take a quick look at this, and let me tell you what I see here. So, if you look, the sawdust has a curvature to it. This is all packed in there pretty good in here. And as long as I don't disturb it, this thing actually will stay just like that. And actually, this is a good thing. You're going, what? How can that be a good thing? Look at all that dust. That dust collector ain't doing its job. Well, actually, it is. Because what you have here is the contour of where the air leakage is around here is forming its own form of the packed sawdust to make it more and more efficient for the air that is flowing through it. So as this thing builds up to a certain point, so that the air flowing in here a certain amount, that contour is built into this slope up here where you can't see it. At the back here of this slope, it's higher at the back than it is at the front. That is because the air is rushing in here as you're sucking it out through the port. And up here it's wide opening. So this area is lower down than the back area is. The area back there has higher up and comes up into the saw a little bit. But that's okay. This thing will reach a maximum point of which you get this contour here. And then what happens after that is anything that comes down through there becomes more and more efficient, believe it or not. And it all eventually goes right out that opening at the back there. And that's where it goes out. So this thing is actually forming its own little wind tunnel, is what it's basically doing, so that the air is actually going to flow more efficiently in the space that's left because of the packing of all that sawdust. So if you have your dust collection set up, a router table. My router table has the same thing, but it's a different shape, obviously, because it's the way the air leaks is different there. But that doesn't fill up completely with sawdust. And if you see this, you don't really have to say, oh, the dust collection's not doing its job. That dust collection actually is. And that's what you have to think about. So if I'm going to do something in here and I'm going to look at that and see what I can do to fix this, if there's something wrong and I got to get in here, yes, I had to clean that all out. But honestly, at this point, I look at how that thing is and how it's shaped. I actually think it's better to leave that alone and let that air flow through there, and it'll suck more air more efficiently now than it does when all that sawdust is gone. So you might as well leave it there. It's only going to build up to a certain point. The amount of power of suction that you have will determine how much that leaves open around. But as long as there's air coming in, then the flow will help pack that around it so that it becomes more and more efficient, believe it or not. So I just thought that was interesting. I was cleaning out my other table saw and I opened this one up and I looked at it and I thought about this idea of how this thing is sloped and why. And I thought I'd share that with you. So if you have a shop set up like this where you have some kind of dust collection and is doing this sort of thing, don't be so ready to clean that dust out, believe it or not. That actually makes this thing run better than if I cleaned it out. Food for thought. If you don't agree with my theory, let's talk about it. Just leave a comment below. I think that'd be interesting to talk about. Somebody smarter than me might say, nope, that ain't how it works. That's wrong. I would love to hear this being wrong. But so far, I tend to do this, and this is why I do. I tend to leave it. And I've never had a problem where this would ever completely clog up. Oh, there goes the foghorn. Must be another tugboat going by. So, anyway, I just wanted to show it to you. This was really interesting, and I know I used to clean these things out, and now I've realized that actually I'm better off if I leave it alone. So I want to thank you for stopping by. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please say so. If you learned something from it, use the like and let me know. But most importantly, please come back again, because we're nowhere near done. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you again very soon.